It's so much more empowering when you go, is it what I want? Yes, it's what I want. Okay, then the other stuff is bullshit. It's like, just, you've got to remember what you want. And and do you want to choose again? No, I don't want to choose again. Hi, I'm Lisa Fox. I am your confidence coach, Mama. And today I wanted to talk to you about the confidence wobbles that I spoke to you about yesterday, and how I worked through them and what's working for me these days with working through confidence wobbles. So, the three things that came up for me yesterday were the working from home thing, the breastfeeding thing, and the what was the other one? Breastfeeding. Oh yeah, the pandemic. the small matter of the pandemic. So those three things were, I just yesterday had a day, and I found myself needing to, when I sat down at my desk, I needed to work through those things before I could best start my day and give what I needed to give in the world. And so this is what I'm generally doing these days. So I thought I'd share it with you. First of all, I ask myself, is it true? Second of all, I ask myself, is it what I said I wanted? The third question is, can I choose again? And the fourth question is, do I want to choose again? And as you know, my formula is confidence plus faith equals success. And these questions encompass all of those parts of the equation of the formula. So I'll work through it in real time with you here now, so you know what I'm talking about. So with the working from home thing, is it true? So what was happening for me was, I was thinking, I'm working from home. I can hear my kids downstairs. Every time I go downstairs, my kids need me for something, even though there's somebody else minding them. I'm breastfeeding. My day is too interrupted. I can't do this. I'm not able to do this. It's not right for me. How can I be expected to work like this? I can't give my best. I can't give what I need to give in my business, in my life, and in my work. And neither am I giving properly to my family if I'm trying to work like this. I was struggling with all of that. So I had to ask myself, is it true? Is it true that I can't do this? That was kind of the core limiting belief that I found underneath of that. Can I do this? And I journaled on it, and so I have these four questions. And sometimes I can just think it and work through it that way and go, yeah, well, out of the way, it's done, it's fine. But sometimes when I'm having one of those kind of heavier days, I need to get the pen out and write. So is it true that I can't do this? Is it absolutely true? No, it's not true. I can do it. I can do what I need to do right now. I can give as much as I need to give right now. I can give as much as I want to give at the moment to both my business and my family. If I if I'm oh sorry, I'm having a brain fart. Yeah, so I literally can do it. Yesterday was a bad day. Yesterday I was struggling because I was being interrupted more than normal. But if I look at general, if I go more general, if I pull back and see it from a kind of a more daily point of view, can I do it every day? Yes, generally speaking, I can do it. Generally speaking, I'm not as interrupted. Generally speaking, I'm able to compartmentalize as much as I need to. Generally speaking, I'm there for my children when they need me. Generally speaking, I'm there for my clients when they need me. I'm there for my performance art school when they need me. So I'm there and I can do it. So that kind of wipes that out. So is this what you said you wanted? And that's an important question, because this is where the whole faith thing comes in. And I believe, as I'm sure many of you do, we manifest everything. Whether we talk about manifestation as if it's like this thing where we go, you know, I want this and I want that and I want that. And, you know, we're asking for all the good things. We're asking for the money, the health, the wealth, generally speaking. Those are the three big ones. And the relationships. And, so that's three things. Wealth, health, relationships is generally the big things that we're asking for. And we're asking for the good things, but we manifest everything. Everything that is in our lives at the moment is something that we've manifested. So it's important to ask yourself the question, did I ask for this? Did I manifest this? And the answer to that question with the working from home situation is 100% yes. I asked for that. That is what I thought I wanted, is what I asked for. It's what I brought into my life. And I did that very, very intentionally. That wasn't just a manifestation that I accidentally brought about, which can happen as well. This was an intentional manifestation. And sometimes when you manifest something, for better or worse, it looks a lot different or feels a lot different than what you thought it would feel like. But that brings me really nicely on to the next question. Can you choose again? And the answer to that is, working from home situation, yes, I can choose again. Okay, it's difficult at the moment, I suppose, because we're in the pandemic and everybody's working from home and we have to do that. But we have to do that if we're not essential workers in Ireland at the moment, at least. I made the choice that I want to work from home even after this pandemic is finished. This is what I'm aiming towards. So can I choose again? Hell yes. If the manifestation doesn't look like what I thought it would, or what I wanted, or it doesn't feel right when it comes about, of course I can choose again. And that's hugely empowering. And that also brings me back into that deep place of myself where I'm going, this is okay. Nothing is permanent. And if I manifested this, I can manifest something else. And then that leads on to the next question. Do you want to choose again? And really, when I look at it with that situation yesterday from working at home, the answer is no. That was just one particular day. I don't want to choose again. I think that working from home will work for me. However, I will choose again. And what I'm now going to work on manifesting is an outdoor working space, not an outdoor working space, a home office outside my house. And that's what I'm visualizing now. And that's what I think will be what will make this manifestation, will upgrade this manifestation, will make me happier, more content, more focused. If I have somewhere where I can go where I won't hear everything. We live in a 3-bedroom semi-detached house. I'm upstairs. I can hear everything that happens downstairs. That's what I thought I wanted. And that's the bit where I'm like, right now it's still okay. But in, 6 months time, when probably my daughter, my 5-month-old, will be walking and will be eating solids and will be doing all that good stuff, I think I'm not going to want to be as attached to everything that's happening in the house. And I think at that point, I'm going to be calling in a home office outside. And that's kind of exciting. So that kind of brought me into a place of excitement again, and a place of confidence again, and faith again. So you see where I'm going with this. I'm not going to go into as much detail with the other examples, but I'm going to talk through the other ones. So the next one was breastfeeding. So what is it true? So the breastfeeding thing that was kind of bothering me was that my clothes, it's not that my clothes don't fit. Some of my clothes don't fit because I have to wear stretchy things on top of things that I can pull down, whatever. So some clothes don't fit just because my boobs are bigger. But I'm very restricted in what I can wear at the moment, and my body doesn't feel like it's my own body, and that's just the way of it. So, and it was affecting my confidence because I don't feel like I look like myself either, and I prefer myself with slightly smaller boobs, and so the question is it true? Is it true that breastfeeding is negatively affecting my confidence and that my body is not as nice as it normally is, and that my clothes don't that I can't wear nice clothes? Okay. Ultimately, I suppose this one was a bit more resistant for me. I suppose ultimately it's not true. If I look at it, and I'm going to post a picture later of what I look like at the moment, and it's perfectly fine, and it's perfectly great, and it's beautiful. And yes, my boobs are big, and yes, I have to make different choices in what I have to wear right now, but I could just buy nicer clothes for breastfeeding, but I just don't really want to. I don't want to spend that money on something that I'm going to be only wearing for the next few months. And also, where am I going? We're in lockdown. We're not, like, I'm not, when I make videos, you see this much of me, generally speaking. Nobody's looking at me. And, when I actually look at myself properly from the lens of the truth, I look great. I look fucking great. So that's nonsense. Is this what you said you wanted? Hell to the yes. I only managed to breastfeed my son for 4 weeks for various reasons that I will not go into right now. But as soon as I got pregnant with my daughter, I knew that was one of the highest priorities for me. And it was a selfish thing more than anything else. It just looked lovely. I have so many friends recently who have been breastfeeding, and it just looked lovely, and looked so intimate and close and beautiful. And it actually kind of looked easier than it looked when I had my son. So I wanted to do that. I wanted to breastfeed, and I accepted completely when I made that decision that would mean all the changes in my body, and I was okay with that. So it's what I said I wanted. 100%. Yes, it is. Can I choose again? I can stop breastfeeding any day. I don't want to though. So Lisa, just accept it for what it is, because it is what you want. And it's so much more empowering when you go, is it what I want? Yes, it's what I want. Okay, then the other stuff is bullshit. It's like, just, you've got to remember what you want. And and do you want to choose again? No, I don't want to choose again. No, I will. I don't imagine, I could change my mind. I don't imagine that I'll be breastfeeding for much longer than the year. I think, she's going to be a year old in July, and I reckon if we got to a year, that would be amazing. We might not get to the year, but I don't think I will want to continue to do it after the year. Just personally, for various reasons. But do I want to choose again? No, not right now. So it's all good. And I feel good about that again. And then the last thing was the pandemic and and my business and my financial situation. And that feeling, I was feeling so full of lack, and so a little bit, not despairing, but just kind of going, when will this end, so that I can go back to my normal financial situation and earn the money that I had gotten used to earning with ease. But you know what? So what I had, I really chose before the pandemic, before it was even on the radar, a couple of years ago, I decided and I chose that I wanted an online business. And I did lots of actions around getting myself set up for an online business, and then did not take the leap of faith. And I did lots of work around it, and still there was something stopping me. And then the pandemic hit, and I suddenly got into proper, real action about it. So the universe forced me, and I caused the pandemic. It was me. Sorry, girls, it was my fault. Obviously, it wasn't my fault, but I'm just saying that it was something that I absolutely manifested, was a situation that pushed me into taking serious, intentional action on having an online business. So, the thing that I was feeling, is that I a bit hopeless that I would ever make the money again that I was making. Is it true? No, it's not true. You know what? I'm gonna make way more money because this is in my online business, because it's so much more aligned, it's so much more me, it's so much more the fucking full of me. I am more full of myself in what I'm endeavoring to do right now, and it is absolutely meant for me. So is it true? No, it's not true that I will not make that money again. I so fucking will. It's destined. There's no that. Who am I not to do that? And is this what you said you wanted? It is what I said I wanted. It is what I said I wanted. I manifested this. Yes. Can you choose again? Of course I can. This pandemic can end and I can just go back to what I was doing before. Do you want to choose again? No, I don't want to choose again. The thing is, I'm not going to just throw the baby out with the bathwater. I'm not just going to, like, when the pandemic is over, I'm not going to just leave that money on the table. I'm going to continue my my performance arts school, and it's of so much value to so many kids, and I believe in it so much and I love it so much, but I don't want to teach in it as much anymore. I want to make a guest appearance. I want to be the face of it, but not doing everything in it all the time myself. And I want to free myself up for this work that is, again, as I say, so much more aligned with what I want. So I will not be choosing again. So it's just, so when I finished journaling on all of that, I felt, not only did I feel, better and kind of back to myself, I felt way better than I had been feeling about all this. So it was great that those wobbles came up. It was great that I felt a little bit down and a little bit frustrated and that I lost that confidence a little bit for a minute, because when I brought it back intentionally, I brought it back to a much higher level than what it had been at before. And I know that the next time those particular wobbles come up, I know I'm going to have to work through this again. There's no doubt about it. Because, it's just what I'm living through at the moment. And it's just what means a lot to me at the moment. But that's why it's so important for me to not give up and just keep being consciously aware of what's going on in there, and then just sweeping it up, just decluttering it on a daily basis if that's what's needed. But each time that I do it, it's a little bit easier to do it. But as I said yesterday, it's so important to take the time, even if you're time poor. I know that yesterday, after I did that work, I did more in 2 hours than I did the day before in like 4.5 hours of work, because all of those things were creeping in the day before and I wasn't fully acknowledging it, and I couldn't fully put words to it. And then when I cleared it, it's like I just cleared the way and cleared my mind and made myself much more able to show up fully myself and full of myself. And here we are, and it's just so that's what I do. That's what I do at the moment. And if there's something that's bugging you, if there's something that's making you wobble a bit, I encourage you to ask yourself those 4 questions. Is it true? Is this what you said you wanted? Did you manifest this? Can you choose again? Can you manifest something else? And do you want to choose again? Do you want to manifest something else? Everything is possible, but you have to be intentional about it. I am Lisa Fox. This is Lioness Tribe Facebook group, and confidence plus faith equals success. Mwah.